Be completely honest with me here for a second. Do you absolutely hate waking up? Because honestly, we have all been there. Your alarm goes off, the room is freezing cold, and your bed just feels like the absolute most perfect, comfortable place in the universe, right? You hit snooze, maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, just desperately bargaining with yourself for 5 more minutes of sleep. It's a completely universal modern habit. We struggle, we groan, we literally fight the start of the day. But I want you to hold on to that feeling for a moment. That exact, raw, biological desire to just stay under those warm blankets. Because today, we're going to look at that exact feeling through a very, very different lens. I want you to picture yourself at 6 a.m. and compare that to the most powerful man on earth at 6 a.m. You know, we tend to think that historical figures, especially absolute rulers, were somehow just fundamentally different from us. We imagine they just sprang out of bed, filled with this limitless energy and divine purpose. But what if I told you that the guy who literally ruled the known world, a Roman emperor who commanded legions and shaped history, faced the exact same morning struggle that you do when your smartphone alarm starts blaring?
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are unpacking an incredibly insightful source text titled The Dawn of Discipline, Marcus Aurelius' Morning Routine. We're going to analyze exactly how the most powerful man on earth started his day. We'll strip away all the historical myth and look at the actual, practical, step-by-step reality of his mornings. Because you know what? Understanding how a Roman emperor conquered his own bed covers might just be the absolute ultimate key to mastering your own mornings.
Section 1. The Powerful Procrastinator.
To really understand the weight of his morning routine, we have to first establish the sheer scale of his power. And what's really interesting here is this core conflict, ultimate power versus the ultimate comfort. Think about your own morning for a second. You get up because, well, you have to. You've got a boss, a commute, bills to pay. You have immediate, real-world consequences if you just decide to stay in bed all day. But Marcus Aurelius, he did not have a boss. He was the emperor of Rome. If he wanted to sleep until noon, literally no one on the planet could tell him otherwise. He possessed absolute, godlike authority. Yet, despite having the power to order a luxurious, uninterrupted sleep-in every single day of his life, he faced that exact same human, biological desire to stay cozy. So the problem wasn't external pressure. The problem was internal friction. So how on earth did he solve it?
Section 2. The Emperor's Morning Routine.
Let's look at the actual mechanics of what the Dawn of Discipline looked like in practice, because he didn't rely on magic, he relied on a system. Here's his highly practical, step-by-step, actionable procedure. Step 1. Recognize the struggle. See, he didn't pretend waking up was easy. He actively acknowledged that the blankets were warm and the air was cold. He validated that resistance. Step 2. Remember your purpose. This is where he shifted his perspective. He reminded himself of what he was actually put on this earth to do. Was he born to huddle under the blankets, or was he born to do the work of a human being? And finally, step 3, get to work. No lingering, no endless philosophical debates with his own mind. Once that purpose was recalled, the action was immediate. It's just as brilliant, straightforward progression from recognizing the physical obstacle to deploying a mental counterattack.
Section 3. The Stoic Mindset.
Okay, we need to elevate this from just a simple list of morning habits to the deeper internal logic that actually fueled him. For Marcus Aurelius, discipline was defined as the internal strength required to overcome the comfort of the bed and fulfill one's duties. So getting out of bed wasn't just some productivity hack, it was literally the foundational act of Stoic philosophy for the day. It was the first battle. Think about it. If you lose the battle against your own pillows, how can you possibly expect to win the massive battles of life, of leadership, of statecraft? Discipline in this context isn't about punishing yourself. It's grounded in a really clear, understandable idea. It is the muscle you flex to choose your duty over your temporary comfort.
Section 4. Mastering your own morning.
Now, this ancient text isn't just a history lesson. It's a blueprint. Let's talk about why this actually matters for you today, and look at the actionable takeaways we can learn from how the most powerful man on earth started his day. First up, expect the struggle. Honestly, stop being surprised that waking up is hard. The emperor found it hard too. We need to normalize that resistance. Second, rely on discipline over motivation. Motivation is just a feeling, and feelings are incredibly fickle. If you wait until you actually feel like getting out of bed, you're going to be waiting a very long time. Discipline is a choice. You act regardless of how you feel. And third, embrace the dawn. Recognize that the morning is an incredible opportunity to set the tone, to claim an early victory over yourself before the world even begins to demand your attention.
So,
I want to leave you with this final, lingering thought. What are you going to do when your alarm goes off tomorrow? When you are faced with that exact same choice between the ultimate comfort of your bed and the purpose of your day, what path will you take? Are you going to surrender to the blankets, or will you channel a Roman emperor, summon that internal strength, and choose the dawn of discipline? The choice is entirely yours.